wool. It's not to touch the main body fleece. If it touches the fleece, it's classed as contamination. You're contaminating the main line with the wool from around the head, the medullated fibre, and they will get penalised for it. So here we go, all the shearers turning to the last side, wool handlers working away with them. We've got Peggy Sue here on stand number 2. She was wriggling her butt like having the time of her life up there, and look at her, she looks like she's well and truly concentrating hard on her work.
Couple of quick runs hack.
We've got Brittany Tibble. Brittany fresh up into the open class, so good to see her up here making the semi. She's a very, very good competitor. She just goes through, she's got a couple of seconds before that shearer gets the belly out, so she'll just turn that wool over, just have a look around. Joel's a little bit the same. He's kind of giving it a little bit of a blend, looking down. If he can see any first pieces in there, he will be pulling it out as he goes. But at the moment, looking very, very tidy there on stand number 4. We've got Marianne Batey. That's Joel's teammate in the New Zealand team. She's right there with her shearer as well. Her fleeces, they look a little bit more fluffy. Not as the fleece itself, it's the fleece that's come off the seat. And then we've got young Ngaio Hansen down there on stand number 6. She's from Ekitahuna. She's been a finalist here many times, and she would love to make it. But here we go, shearers coming down the last side. They pull that wool around from the long blow, just easily roll it over so they can see where the pieces are. You'll see some of them, they like to try and get rid of the wool straight away. They don't like too much wool bunching up on the board, but the speed that these shearers going, they're really putting them to the test, John, so they haven't really got a lot of time for that.
Just looking along the board there, Tuma, you can see in the theory of things, all sheep are equal. But you can pretty much guarantee along out of 6, there'll be one pen that actually stands out. And Joel Hanari looks to have got 2 good fleeces in the bottom of his pile there, and then they're very open and they're very bright, and then a little bit of colours coming into the last 2 fleeces, and similar up here for Peggy Sue on the front. So you get a bit of luck when you get a couple of good fleeces in your mob, and yet if you can start with those and then get the base of your pile going, and it all blends in a lot easier at the end of it. But if you've got a tighter fleece, it's harder to distribute the wool and spread the goodness through the more dustier type of wool. So here we come on the last side now, these shearers, the final sheep on the board, or one more on the board, is there? One more on the pen. So they're shearing 4 sheep, so there'll be a reasonable pile of wool. They're clipping a lot of wool, these sheep. As the shearers all come out that last side, Peggy Sue, she says, you step in the way, mate, you go right ahead, I'm right with you. Same there with Brittany, she said the board's clean. Joel says, right, I need to start thinking about things now. What am I doing? Still 3 or 4 shots on that belly wool. I can get away here now and just gently fluff up my fleece and start to bring up that lower wool and blend in with the tighter wool up the top. Back for the belly now he goes. Right there is Marianne as well. Almost tempted to reach across and help her fellow competitor Ngaio. But Ngaio, she's out of a big shearing stable down in Ekitahuna, and she knows how to shift just countless kilos of this wool, because it's just bred in the lady. And round the back, she's got all that frib wool from the back end tidied up now. She's got the top knot under control. Offside wool, can't do much about that just yet as the shearer faces away. But she'll reach shortly down on stand number 6 and just draw that shoulder wool around. There she goes. Rolls it over a little bit to check out a bit of frib wool. There it comes. It just steps up in front of the eyes now. Got that. Everybody else is doing the same thing. And it's just the way the pattern goes. It's almost the wool handler's kick-off time, because the final sheep is about to go down the portal. They're all going pretty close together. Well done, shearers. Okay, who's into it now? Joel first to get the armful. Cleaning the tabletop here on the front stand is Peggy. Brittany's into the blend as well. Down there, Nio, underneath, she's very close to the ground, this young lady, and she can reach deep into the pile. Right there is Marianne as well. This is the action starting. Don't miss out here now. Here they come. Who's going to be the first to do the sweep up? Joel goes around. Oh, he's down over the side. There's pressure on. Who can beat him off? He's normally got his hand up and he still does it again. Close as Nio there on stand number 6. Who's up down here? Peggy Sue. No, it's not. As Brittany, and then followed by Marianne. And last to complete is the ever moving Peggy Sue. And of course they just got to sit there and watch now as Joel's getting his wool thrown out on the top. He's obviously made a special pile for that. Had to talk to the judge. Must have found a few bit of serious impediments in that bit of fluff. Actually a lot of sheep shorn, and especially in the North Island with the hand shears. But it is a symbol of the great effort that's gone in to promote this fibre and get it off. But here we have promoting the fibre of these wool handlers in heat number 2. Logan, Pagan, Maxine, Jamie and Anita.
Kieran Herbert top qualifier, John. I think she was my pick, wasn't she?
Oh, you'll say that now. You were pushing her along because she was a local girl. Yeah, that's no doubt. She's a great competitor, and she was actually in front by a whopping 5.5 points.
It's a bit of a butt kicking, isn't it?
Wow. Got to maintain that form, of course. So good luck to all the other fellow competitors. And they've had a quick yarn to the judges, and everybody looks happy. We'll get this one on the way. Everybody happy. Timekeeper's right. Judges, competitors, go. Just noticed that across here, the younger competitors earlier on had more baskets up on the shelf. We've got 4 baskets on the floor and only 1 on the side. So here we are. Heat number 2 of this open quarter final. Logan Kumar up here on the front stand. Pagan Kauraria. Maxine very nimble fingers for her. Got that lovely bit of white wool off the first off leg of the sheep. Jamie McLean dropping into the long blow, away from the shearer now. She can't reach around too far because those back legs are slashing at her. She doesn't want to poke in the eye from them. As the shearers come on to the last side on stand number 6. And we've got Anita Phillips under the shoulder. Get that little bit of frib wool from that front leg. It's quite a nice fleece, that one too, as it looks sitting into the light quite nicely. Big long arms and legs, and she can reach right out across to the board and clean up any little bit of frib wool or any second cut that's left. And here they go. A little casual, very casual flop out there from Maxine. Doesn't want a pile to go too far. She saw how Joel Hanari had his over the edge of the board there a little bit before. There would points off for that. We should have that little 2.4 by 1.5 or 1.6 maybe board there to work in your space, not in your face. Pagan right there for the shearer. Logan as well. Nothing in it for Jamie. Reaches across, gets that little bit of wool tied up on the back leg of the sheep. Doesn't interfere with the shearer though. The sheep never even knew it was gone. Quick and light-fingered. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's just an expert hand, really, as it comes across the shoulder now. The shearer's under the shoulder and down now to the flank. The wool handlers are just bouncing along, almost halfway through the job there, Tuma. Nothing in it at the moment.
No, you're indeed right. I like the looks of this young Logan Carmida here on stand number 2. He's looking very, very composed. As I was saying earlier on, he's had a couple of really good wins this year. So, you know, like when you get a couple of wins under your belt, you start getting a bit of confidence. So that's what a lot of it is. A lot of it is confidence. You know, when Joel's up on that stage, you know, and Kieran's another one, you know, they like command the stage. And, you know, he's just got that look about him. You know, he's really looking confident. We've got Pagan here. Pagan won the Easter show the other day. So she's another one that's coming in with confidence. You know, she's really, you know, believing in her abilities. And of course she's had a lot of good teaching and coaching along the way with her mother. So that's Pagan there on stand number 3. She's right there with her shearer. Looks like she's skirting a bit of wool, might be from the underbine. The shearer turns to the last side, so she'll pull that shoulder wool around and she'll skirt that and then try and get rid of it, just so that she can keep up with her shearer as he cleans up underneath the leg and drops down the last side. We've got Maxine Pui on stand number 4. She looks like she's working along well with her shearer, looking like she's not too flustered. Some of these wool handlers, they get a little wee bit flustered up there, but Maxine looks like she's not too flustered. She's going to turn around and place that wool down, see how she flipped it over, and that way she can see if there's any oddments in there that need to come out. So these wool handlers are really keeping an eye on their wool, making sure that they've got every bit of that wool that should be in the oddments basket in there. Because what happens is once the wool's finished here, it goes out the back to the dungeon, and then those judges there, they will get that wool and they'll go through it, making sure that everything is where it should be. They'll go through the oddments, making sure that they have not over-skirted the fleece and got that real good, beautiful fleece wool with their oddments. So here we go. I see Pagan, she's stacked her bins. Maxine's the same. That just gives them a little bit more room up on their board. She's fairly tight up there, so these wool handlers, they haven't got a lot of room to move in. But it's like a lot of wool sheds in New Zealand, ladies and gentlemen. There's not a lot of room, so these wool handlers have to make do with what they got. Shearing's coming down the last side. These wool handlers working away frantically. You can see them. Their heads are going, their eyes are going, the tongue's sticking out the corner of their mouths. So we got the last sheep coming out. I think a few of these wool handlers thought that was the last one and they started stacking their bins up. There's a fair amount of wool on their board at the moment, and if you can see the black lines, these black tape marks along the front board where the wool handlers have their fleeces. That's their room. So as you can see, it's not a lot of room. Logan Carmida, he's still down here. He looks like he's on his game. He stacks his bins. Working away, we've got Pagan there. She's got the belly wool out. Working away around the head is the shearer. She's right there to grab that hollow fibres out. Maxine Pui, long blow time for her shearer. She gets rid of a little bit more wool. As these shearers turn to the last side, these wool handlers, they'll be thinking about their clean-up. They know that there's only 30 seconds they've got to clean up. After that, they will incur 1 point per second. So it's all about making sure the preparation's done. Everything is where it should be. You're not having to go back and re-skirt. Right, shearer pulls the cord. All right, here comes the 30 seconds. Come on, competitors. Not a lot of time. Finishing touches for Pagan. Here she goes. We got Logan there. Come on, Logan, you need to blend all those fleeces into each other. You got to make a heck of a mess. We got Pagan there. Little wee handfuls. Come on, wool handlers. It's all about the blend. Maxine Pui, lovely blend. Oh, she dropped half of it, so she's got to pick it up again. We got Anita Phillips down there on stand number 6. She's got her broom in the hand. She'll be ready to put her hand up. It's time for Pagan. Well done, these wool handlers. Time for Maxine. Just waiting on Jamie. Yes, there she goes. Well done, you wool handlers. These are really up their tempo, these wool handlers, but this is the open, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are the Mac daddies of the wool handling, or Mac mummies, I suppose. So we wouldn't really expect anything less. Quarter final number 3. Oh, we've got Boo. Boo sitting next to me. Kia ora, Boo. How's it all going up there?
Awesome.
Where are these wool handlers losing a lot of their, where's a lot of these penalties coming from for these wool handlers?
I think because, they panic. When they panic, that's where the mistake happens.
Okay, so it pays to keep a cool hand, a cool mind, and just keep up with your shearer. Okay, heat number 3. Stand number 2, Pania Piwari, Chelsea Collier, Kieran Herbert, Iramiha Niho, Cherie Alabaster. CP Wools are the sponsor of this event, the Open Quarterfinals. Okay, you've seen your wool handling semi-finalists. You guys are up next. We have not got a draw for you as yet, but there will be one coming. So just make sure that your wool handlers are ready, organised, ready to go. So that's the senior wool handling semi-final. Okay, if you're not sure who Boo is, I don't know where you've been because Boo is everywhere. She's a wool handling judge. She won the veterans event down at the Golden Shears. And she was saying that a lot of people are losing points because they are panicking. So she said, just keep a cool head. Try and keep up with your shearer and you'll be fine. Easier said than done. You've got lovely hair, Pania. You've got lovely hair.
She's just missing her hat, isn't she? A hat for the bright lights.
Like all the little homeboys that don't want to take their hat off.
We have the senior semi-finalists. Ashley Parku, Wills Marshall, Adrian Samuels, Angela Stevens, Lasara Anderson. That's Heat 1. Heat 2 is Ash Boyce, Sharon Tahuta Kariana, Ricky Stevens, Rangi Roycroft, and Jody Hogg. Okay, we're ready to go. She's all slip-slop down. Here we go. Timekeeper's right. Competitors, set, go. Oh, we're off and going once again. Say the last of this open class quarter-final. On stand number 6, Cherie Alabaster from Tai Happy. Imra Niho, the big fella from Danny Verk. Kieran Herbert, the local lass, qualified to the top of the heap here today. And then, of course, we've got Collier, Chelsea Collier from Gore on stand number 3. Right on the money at the moment. Up on the front stand, Pania P. Furry. She had a little bit of a wait for her. She was making sure she was getting her hair right for the camera. I don't think we waited long enough. As we come over the last side, the shearers are doing the job for these wool handlers. We do appreciate the time and efforts that they put in. This is all about the wool handler, though. Can they get through to the next round, the semi-final later on this afternoon? In the shearers go. Pania, right on the money here. Big armfuls of wool. Just hefts it behind her. Concentrates on the board. Chelsea Collier. A little bit of a shed stain there, she says, I'm happy with that. I've been told not to worry about the shed stain. Just get the real stuff. Back to the board she goes. Karen Herbert looks in full control. Swings the broom. If she's not in control of that broom, God help everybody else. Because she's working hard. The fingers are going. Which direction she's going to fly off or the next, only she knows. Top knot got that cheek wall. And the big E reaches in and takes out that hollow fibre from the top knot. Pulls around a little bit of side wool there. No, that looks pretty good. Only got a sweet little handful out of that. Sherry Alabaster. She's been to the top of the tree for a long time and she's won this on no fewer than 7 occasions. Can she make it 8? But you need to leave everything up there on the board at the moment. Here comes the work of Pania. She's got her act right over here. The shearer's putting the pressure on her. Big reach in with the arm and the shearers go all in together. Neo down on 5 and Herbert on number 4. Maybe just trailing the field slightly, but you don't know the nitty-gritty of it out at there. Karen's going through the oddment box. Chelsea Collier says, I'm happy with the way that my boxes are going, and she's working back on that belly wall. Off comes the brisket. Not much of a brisket either. Must have been a very clean sheep underneath that one, Tuma. Up over the top now. The shearers come. Barney says, I've got that. Back to the cheek wool now, and likewise as everybody else along the string. Judges, of course, are watching for how these competitors work with their fellow shearer. Each job combines with one another. We need the people on the ground to shift the wool. We need the people on the stage to cut the wool off. We need the people in the pens out the back. It's all the big system. And these value-added people at the bottom here, they're doing their best to improve the price for the farmer and try and win themselves $2,000.
We've got Chelsea Collier. She's on tail stand number 3. Sweeps the broad. Sweeps it so the judges got nothing to judge her on. And then she just moves back to her fleece. Looking around, when she throws the fleece, you see a lot of these wool handlers, they just chuck it from the board. When she puts it down, she turns it over. So anything that's in there will stick out like dogs, you know whatties. So here we go. We've got Pania Peewatty. She's got her bins a little bit further away than most, which is a little bit off for her. She's a short person. She should bring those baskets a little wee bit closer to her so she's not having to leave the board. Top knot comes off. She's got a little bit of work in front of her. She's got wool piles up. She's got 3 or 4 different lines up there at the moment. And here she goes. She goes back to the floor, having a look around. We've got Kieran Herbert on stand number 4. She was the top qualifier into the quarter-final. And as I was saying this morning, she's one of these wool handlers that just attacks the fleece. Doesn't matter whether it's short wool, long wool, merino, crossbreed, anything. She's one of these wool handlers. There's only one way, and that's just full noise. Here we go. Shearer's about to finish. Kieran, she's right there with her shearer. Turns around. Oh, you can see a little wee bit of dirty wool there. But she'll go back to that and she'll readdress that again. We've got Edo Niho on stand number 5. He's, we call him Boy Niho. Looks like he might have pulled a little bit of yellow out. There hasn't been a lot of yellow come through. Only hard yellow these judges are looking for that needs to come out. But if it's just a little bit yellow, that can wash out. So that's the decisions that these wool handlers are having to make. She's split second stuff. You can't sit there and think on it for 5 minutes, because if you did that, you'd end up with 5 fleeces all piled up on the board. So she's all split second stuff, decision making for these wool handlers, because these shearers are probably shearing these sheep in about a minute. They're going very, very well. So that's a lot of time that they need to get this fleece processed. So long blow time for these shearers. Are about to turn to the last side. Cherie Alabaster down there on stand number 6, a 7 times winner. John was saying this morning, wow, what a heck of an athlete, and she's not finished yet. But here we go, down to the flank punch, these shearers. Cherie Alabaster, she pulls that wool over, rolls it over, fingers working away. She's starting to get a little bit red. Okay, 30 seconds is our time. And Kieran Herbert, she's not mucking around, she's into that blend. She's thinking, mate, I top qualified into the quarters, I'm going to do it again. Here we go, Cherie Alabaster, she's got her face buried in that wool as well. Boy Niho, Chelsea Collier, they can lose up to 20 points on the blend. That's a lot of points. Kieran Herbert looking around, oh, she might get pipped by the young Collier. She's spending a lot of time. There it is, time for Kieran. Chelsea Collier, her time's taken as well. Tanya, there we go, Boy Niho, Cherie. Just waiting on Tanya, she's not far away. There we go. Well done, wool handlers. There was a heck of a good heat.
Well, it's the completion of our quarter-finals of the Open, sponsored by Carfield Primary. We are now moving on to the senior semi-final. The senior semi-final over 4 sheep. And our semi-finalists are Heat 1, Ajodi Parku, Wills Marshall, Adrian Samuels, Angela Stevens, the Sahara Anderson. Heat 2, Ash Boyce, Sharon Tuha Karayana, Ricky Stevens, Rangi Roycroft, and Jody Hogg. Well, we have 3 locals, King Country people, into the semi-finals. It's always a bonus.
If you've got family and friends that can't be here, ladies and gentlemen, they can watch via the internet. www.nzcheers.co.nz is the link. So if you've got family and friends, or you've got friends around the world that you know will be keen to just see how things are going, just send them a text with that link on it. www.nzcheers.co.nz, and they can be here in the action with us right now. So this is the senior semi-final, 4 seats. This will get them going, John. Get a bit of sweat flowing.
Was that the shearers or the judges? Or I think it's all about the people on the ground at the moment setting up those bins.
Yeah, I don't know. I see a couple of these wool handlers, they wool handle for 3 sheep and they sit down like they've been wool handling all day. Can we have our referee to stand too? Linda? Have our referee to stand too, please.
Just a wee check there for condition of a sheep. It looks like it had a previous missing bit of wool. So we want everything to be even. And looks like we're good enough for a start. Everybody's happy? Timekeeper's right. Judges, competitors, go. Into the pens they go. The first of 4 sheep once again. From Pew Pew with Ajodi Parku on the front stand. Stand number 2. Wills Marshall on stand number 3 from Waikari 2. Adrian Samuels from Martin on stand number 4. On number 5 we have Angela Stevens from Napier. And down on the far stand, the Sahara Anderson from down on the deep south in Winton. So we've got a wee spread of customers up there before us. The judges are waiting to take as many points as they're going to offer them. They won't be making any up. They'll be there for them to see. So let's see how these young competitors perform. We'll try and keep you up to speed. Who's going to be doing the loveliest job? Who's going to smile the most at the judges? Well, they won't be smiling at the moment, but a little bit later on they may be smiling. It's about keeping concentrated and let your fingers do the walking and the talking, because it's hard out. Your eyes are travelling across at a great rate of knots across the board. Have I got this? Have I got that? Oh, a little bit of wool under the feet there of Lafara down there. She says, well, I'm close enough to the ground, I can scoop that off. It's probably easier if you just slide back onto the board so it sort of spreads out and you can see all the oddments jumping up at you. Well, that's my view, and I've only watched them do it. I'm not actually one of these people that do things, Puma, but we'll become good professionals just by watching, can't we?
Oh, we sure can. We could watch this all day. Just watching these shearers working along and their wool handlers, you know, they, like Boo, the judge was saying a little bit earlier on, she thinks a lot of them panic, you know, so just watching these wool handlers, you can see the ones, you know, they have a presence up there where, you know, it doesn't look like they're too stressed out about things. And then you get these other ones that bounce around like a chook with his head cut off. But this is the semi-finals, this is the senior shearing semi-finals. These shearers are putting some good pressure on these young wool handlers. These are the seniors. A lot of them will be like, you know, the new lead wool handlers. They'll be starting to run their own sheds, starting to teach the novices and a few of the juniors what's going on. So, you know, these guys, they can take a little bit of pressure from these shearers. And just watching Adrian Samuel, she's there. She's pushing the wool back closer to the fads, giving her a bit of room. And also seeing if there's any oddments that she's left in the main line, and that gives her a chance to pull them out. They reckon that the wool industry, it used to be $1 billion industry, but now it's down to, I think, about 900 million. I think a lot of that has got to do with there's only 18 million sheep in New Zealand now, and at one stage we had 72 million. But I think even though we have a lot less grown sheep, we are still producing enough lamb for export. So that's the way that the sheep are nowadays. They're a lot bigger than they used to be, and they are a lot more fertile. So still having a lot of lambs, and we're still able to fulfill our market. It's a good thing that the lamb is worth a lot of money this year, because the wool has been a little bit hard. China's our main buyer of wool, and they sort of have closed up shop for a little while, so it's been a little bit hard for some of our farmers, but it's a good thing that the lamb is still worth a bit of money. So here we go. We've got another sheep on the board, these wool handlers. We've got this Azerdi Paku here on stand number 2. She's just working away with that fleece, John.
Very quick as is right. Will's Marshall's right there. They lovely quick movement of the broad stick there, and sweeps around that belly wool off the back of the sheep. The shearer previously placed it there for him. Back in the old days, they all used to push the bellies forward. Now they push them backwards. Makes it easy for the wool handler. It's around the back of the head the shearers come on. What have we got sheep number on the board at the moment? Sheep number 3, is it? Number 4. I think the big pile of wool. Far too much for my liking, but they're shearing very well, these sheep, and they're pulling on to the last side now. The wool handlers, almost their time. They're starting to stack up the buckets. Who's out in front so far? Oh, quick look from Adrian there. She says, I've got my belly wool all sorted. I don't need those baskets anymore. Still a little bit of work to do from Wills Marshall. It's the shearer sipping out of the road. He's got a nice white fleet to finish with though. Now the pressure's on down on stand number 5, Angela Stevens. Into the blend up down there. Here comes the blend from Adrian Samuels as well. Up here on the front. Arazu down on 6. Going hard down there. The broom's out for Adrian. Round the bucket she goes. She's about to get the hand up. Is it? There goes the hand up on 1, 3. And the other 3 are still battling out down the far end. We've got Lasara. Wills Marshall still going around with a broom, and Angela Stevens completes the task. And Wills says, puts his hand up, and he gets a bit of a bonus in the hair. Thank you, Rick. The junior wool handling final. Summer Pritchard, Samantha Baxter, Naria Puha, Naki Bariki, and Lucky Garrett. They are our lucky 5. So we have senior wool handling semi-final number 2 coming up. Ash Boyce, Sharon Tahukarania, Ricky Stevens, Rangi Roycroft, and Jody Hogg. Junior wool handling finalists. Your shirts are available at the announcers table. One size fits all. So just a wee process here of tidying up the board, getting ready for our next heat. A little bit of pressure on down the back room, but they're more than capable of handling a little bit of pressure, or so they tell us. Yeah. Wrong card. Okay. Those junior semi-finalists that have just come up to get their T-shirts, you actually get the blue ones. It looks like we're ready for a start. Everybody happy? We've got a jolly pesky fly here. Righto. Ready to go. Thank you. Timekeeper's right. Judges, competitors, go. So into the pen we go once again, these fine shearers. We got heat number 2 of this senior wool handling final, a semi-final, and it's sponsored by Carfield Primary, the great wool company. Well, I've got to say that because that's who I sell my wool through, or give it away through. I did actually get a couple of cents to buy a beer at the end of my wool check at Main Shear. I know 1 or 2 fellas got a bill. But of course, a slight improvement in wool prices will all help the general atmosphere in the wool industry. You've just got to grow plenty of it to make it worthwhile. Or none at all. Quite difficult when you spent the last 50 years putting wool on the sheep and then go and try and take it off in about 2 seasons. It's not going to work. The only way to take it off is to shear it off and get these high quality wool handlers to sort through it to me and make a tip-top job. First fleece off. Shearers out of the way. Ash Boy says, let me at this, I've got it covered. I'm going to make that final. He says, I'm not worried about you, Sharon, next door, or Ricky. Rangy might be a different problem down on number 5, and maybe Jody, but the rest of you, I've got you covered. He's back up there, keen as mustard. Ash Boys from Danny Burke. Got a couple of local pew-pew girls in this one though, Jody Hogg and Rangy Roycroft. Can't hear much barracking from the support team down there. Are they dry in the mouth or something? But he's fully on. He's watching hard. That's the main thing. Here they go, these wool handlers. Ricky Stevens. I think he was top qualified, Tuma. Hey, that's not a bad sort of a shot for a young man. Very competitive guy here, and he scored a 49, and he was actually 3 points clear. Oh, he was a junior wool handler of the year last year, so he's got form. Well, we won't say that. Well, he's just a good wool handler. Here he goes. Rolls it out the back, makes it look easy. Mother Angela or this partner Angela was in the previous heat. So he says, can I do better than my partner? Let's see. It's everybody for themselves up there at the moment, Tuma. What sheep number? How many got it left in the pen? Is that the second one done?
I think there's one more in the pen. These wool handlers, they're right there with their shearers. Ash Boyce, he's won a fair few shows this season. It's the boy on stand number 2. So he'd be looking to take this title. A very good competitor. We've got Sharon Tuhakaraina there on stand number 3. She's working away with her shearer. The sheep has managed to hook its leg in and kick the handpiece off the dropper. That gives her a little wee bit more time. We've got Ricky Stevens. Yeah, Ricky Stevens, he won the juniors here last year. So Ricky, he's no stranger to this stage. Also a very, very good competitor. There's been some good male competitors that have won this, and they've been the shearers. I think they kind of like it a bit more than the full wool. So that's Ricky there on stand number 4. We've got Rangi there on stand 5. Rangi, she looks like she knows what she's doing. She's a local lady from just up the road. So I expect that she'll have a lot of support once the shearer pulls the cord on the last sheep, and it's time for the clean-up. And we've got Jody down there on stand number 6. She's another local. These local wool handlers, they know these sheep, they know the fleeces. Just like an everyday job for these wool handlers. But we've got the 4th and final sheep on the board. These wool handlers, they'll be starting to think about their clean-up. You know, what's this wool handling job? It's got to be more than a job, you know. It's got to be a passion. If you want to be any good in doing these shows, you know, it takes real commitment. And within 2 or 3 years, you know, don't be surprised to find yourself up in the open class. That's how quickly you can move through if you show grit, determination, you know, really want to win. It's not hard for these young bull handlers, once they get their eye in, to really be up there with the best of them. But here we go, the time has started for the 2 pew-pew girls down there. Where's the support for these pew-pew girls? Get them behind them. Time started for Ash Boys. Ricky Stevens' time and is Sharon. So here we go. We've got a bit of a mixture in finishing times, but These timekeepers, they know what they're doing. They've got it all under control. Ass voices running around the fleece. That's what you need to do. Run around your stack and blend at the same time. That way you'll confuse the judges, and the judges won't know what to do. They'll probably just give you a 15 anyway. But here we go, Ass voice moving around. The two, oh, here we go. Rangi's done. Ricky Stevens, he's happy. Ass voice, he looking around, he's happy. Got the hand up in the air. Sarah Neon, table number stand 3, she's happy as well. Well done, you wool handlers. Do not go away. We will be having your guys' final. The senior wool handling final will be later on this afternoon after the junior wool handling final.
Yeah, the junior wool handling final is up next, and we have a Summer and a Samantha, and Aria, Naki, and Lucky. So the idea of the program this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, is just keep trucking along. Just keep trucking along, and we'll truck on with the junior wool handling final next, sponsored by the New Zealand Shearing Championships. All finalists to receive flowers, sponsored by the Flower Fairy. Best local junior gets $100 and the A&D McDonald Trophy. The first prize gets $250 in a sash. So as soon as we get all our containers up this end, we will bring our young competitors forward. The senior semi-final, senior finalists, your T-shirts are ready. We will have those names to you very shortly. So as soon as we get the senior final results, or the semi-final results actually, we will call out the senior finalists. Dropping the brooms, of course, is a very big shout in the shearing industry. Could we have all our junior finalists up to the side of the stage, please? Come down this end, ladies and gents. Come over here and I'll let you go on, because you won't come off if I go to call you out. Could we have a big round of applause for Summer Pritchard, who's on stand number 2. Samantha Baxter, also from Pongaroa, on number 3. Aria Puha from Kimbolton on number 4. Naki Mareki from Flaxmere on stand number 5. And from Eketahuna, Lucky Garrett down on stand number 6. Well, they'll set up their profiles here, look back into the bright lights, and say, "Give it to me, Tika Woody." we have the semi-finalists for the Open. Pagan, Joel, Logan, Cherie, Big E, Karen, Chelsea, Brittany, Marianne and Jamie. They are the Open semi-finalists. And there are, I believe, T-shirts. Okay. Everybody happy? Welcome to the first final of this competition here at the New Zealand Shearing and Wool Handling Championships in Kuiti. Open semi-finalists to receive their T-shirts here at the announcers table. Everybody happy? The word happy is we're about to start. Timekeepers right. Judges, competitors, go. We're moving right along now here with our junior wool handling final. We talked about the first prize of $250, but it'll be the red sash that'll hold the colour on the kitchen wall for a long time. That'll be the one to master. A couple of young lasses closely related here on the front two stands. Summer and Samantha. Summer Pritchard and Samantha Baxter, both from Pongaroa. From Kimbolton we have Naya Puha. And the great stable of the Puha family have been up here supporting the New Zealand Shearing Champs since it was probably incepted. Naki Mariki here from Flaxmere down on stand number 5. He's a thorn amongst the roses, this fella. So he's going to make sure he's right at the top of the tree when it comes round to the prize giving. Lucky Garrett from Ekatahuna down on the far end. He's pretty racy looking down there with a sharp gear on and reaching right out to get that toe rag wool right off the back of the sock. Sheep down the pole now and the shearer's going for the second sheep. We have, what do we have sheep number wise in this one? 4 sheep. Oh, this is going to get them puffing a little bit, these youngsters. Well, I'm calling them young because they look young to me, and that's fair enough. Here they go, the Pritchard girls. Down the back of their Summer and Samantha. Probably you'd have to say Baxter was a little bit ahead, Sam. So that's put the pressure on the other sibling. Big reach of the arm out down there for Naki on stand number 5. Which container does that go in? Should be automatic. A little bit of dust and what have you off the brisket of that sheep, so he just pulls it aside. He's going to have a closer look for it. Maybe that sheep's been too close to the water trough in the last couple of days. Down the far end, Lucky Garrett. Back onto the floor she goes. She knows she can't reach round the back of the shearer on that long blow time, so she's got the cheek wool as it comes off on the last side. Puha right there as well. Almost halfway through the job for these competitors now. The shearers are stroking it off nicely. I think they feel the pace is on because this is the final. We'll need to find a winner. So they've got to shear under pressure, Tuma. And that's the way we find the championship winner of them all.
Yes, you're dead right. Would be no good if there was no pressure on these wool handlers. When they come off there, they should be sweating from the concentration of the job. You know, like there's those 5 baskets that these wool handlers have got to, they need to fill up the 5 baskets with all the different oddments of every single sheep. Every single sheep here will have a sock wool, it'll have brisket wool, it'll have the belly, it'll have the top knot. So like, even though there are 4 different sheep, they will still, each of them have the same oddments. So there's a lot of work going on. There's no second cuts. There's no shortcuts around it. So these wool handlers, they need to be full of concentration. You'll see who wants to be who really wants this title. They'll be the ones that'll be doing just a little bit extra, a little bit more. Shearers turning to the last side, all these wool handlers right there. We got Nucky down there on stand number 5, working away quietly with his shearer. He's got the long arms, he's got the luxury of being able to reach right around behind the shearer and grab that wool coming off the shoulder. So he's at a bit of an advantage, and you've got little old Lucky down the end. Well, you know, she's a little bit shorter, but she makes it up with that little board treat that she has. She uses that a lot more. But here we go, the shearer's going in again. You'll see some of these wool handlers. They've been watching these senior and open wool handlers, so they'll be running down to their stack, you know, turning it over, have a look, do what they do, duplicate what they do. And that's how we end up being so deep. Our depth in New Zealand with our wool handlers is amazing. A lot of our wool handlers are best in the world, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. The shearers step up the neck, got to get that wool off the head. If that touches the fleece, you'll see a little smile appear on those judges' faces as they get their finger clicking that clicker. If you're not sure how the points work, it's the lowest points is better than the higher points. The less quality, the less penalty points, the better. We've got young Maya. She won the big show in Masterton. So she'll be feeling a bit confident, but these two sisters here on stands 1 and 2, Samantha and Summer, they've been following the shows relentlessly, and they will do their best to win this as well. I know their father Colin, he'll be here, be feeling very, very proud. Alright, we've got 30 seconds from when the shearer pulls the cord. No point teetoing around, girls. Less hooey, more doughy. Here we go. Blend coming up. You can lose 20 points. I see in the points a lot of these wool handlers have been losing 15, 10 points. You know, come on, get a good blend going on. All those fleeces should be blended into each other. Moving around your stack as you blend, kicking the wool under as you go. Here we go, we've got the two sisters on 1 and 2. Oh, the old young Baxter, she was the first one finished. Just looking around, have a good look around, make sure you're happy with everything. There we go, time flyer. We've got Nucky there, he's going to be the last one, and he's happy as well. Well done, you junior wool handling finalists. Give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen. This is our kohanga reo wool handling. You'll see these ones up in the open class in no time.
Certainly a good final here, and they'll appreciate the efforts of the judges being here today. The sheep owners, of course, the shearers and the pen staff have all made it possible for that first final to take place. We have open semi-finalists. Their competing shirts are here at the table. Open semi-finalists. There must be 7 years still to come. Next up on the card is the senior wool handling final. The senior wool handling final. Senior wool handling final. We don't have a card for that.
Okay, open wool handling quarter finalists. We've got Pagan, Logan, Cherie, Chelsea, Brittany, Marianne, and Jamie. You guys need to come and get a shirt.
So we'll just announce that senior draw for you shortly. I might have to wear a cap tomorrow if that TV camera's going to stay on the back of my head. I might get sunburned.
Carfield Primary Wool are the sponsors of the senior wool handling final. We're just waiting on the draw. Just so you finalists know, we'll be having prize giving for the junior and senior wool handling finals after this. Okay, so yeah, it'll be at the end of the day. I'd like to say a big kia ora to Johnny Kirkpatrick. Hello, Johnny Kirkpatrick, current world champion and a real down-to-earth nice guy.
Was that David Kirkpatrick?
Tanoka River provides fresh water for the Tui Brewery and a refreshing dip.
So next up is the senior final of the wool handling, sponsored by CP Wool. And of course with $500 up for grabs in that one. Following the senior final, there will be the open wool handling semi-final of Chelsea Collier, Jamie McLean, Marianne Beatty, Logan Kumara and Cherie Alabaster in Heat 1. Heat 2 will be Karen Herbert, Joel Hanari, Brittany Tibble, Pagan Kararia and the Big E, Neho. Okay, we have our stand draw for our competitors. Ash Boyce is on stand number 2. Sharon Tuhuakariana on number 3. On number 4 is Angela Stevens. Number 5 is Ricky Stevens. And on number 6 is Adrian Samuels. So that is our senior final. Coming up directly, absolutely next. And we still have a couple of t-shirts. We have 4 sheep final, 5 sheep final. Let me read that properly. 5 sheep final.
What are you doing? It's important to have a plan and lock it in. More tips. Yeah, I'll stop going. But not now.
The open wool handling semis will be over 5 sheep as well. But this event, sponsored by CP Wools, gives us a chance to see our next generation competitors. As soon as you're ready, can we have you on the side of the stage, please? We're still waiting on a couple of competitors to pick up their singlets or their t-shirts. Ash Boyce and Adrian Samuels. You got one on? Freshy. Ash, are you in the building? Here he comes, here he comes. Look at that, look at that. And he ain't wearing no clothes. Oh, yes, they call him the freak. Yes, sir. Read the program. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will start on stand number 6. Should we have Adrian Samuels, please? On number 5, Ricky Stevens. Partner Adrian Stevens. On stand number 4, Angela. On number 3, we have Sharon Kukukariana. On number 2, we have Ash Boyce. Over 5 sheep we have this event. Quickly set up your baskets, please. Ash is quick, he's nice and warm from a super run from the outside. Next event on the card is the Open semi-final. The Open semi-final will be next up. And Chelsea, Jamie, Marianne, Logan and Cherie are the first ones in. Okay, well, let's set this one ready to rumble. The CP Wool Senior Wool Handling Final for 2018. Competitors, good luck. Timekeepers, right. Judges, competitors, go.
Oh, Johnny, this is these wool handlers are handling 5 sheep. First prize is $500 plus the sash. So these wool handlers, you know, they'll be. It's not all about the money. Well, who am I kidding? Yeah, no, the money's good. But you know, like you got 2 wool handlers in here. They're both on equal points for the I think it's the North Island Wool Handler of the Year. So they're both on the same point. So if one of them is better than the other one, then he'll be the overall winner. And then you got Ash Boyce. He's been another soldier right through the year. You got Sharon on stand number 3. She came to Masterton and blazed everyone away and took that title away, and she's fairly confident that she's going to do it again. She's got the same leggings on as she had down there. She's sponsored by Adidas. So she'll be up there, she'll be feeling pretty good and ready to really give it to these other competitors. Then we've got Adrian Samuels on stand number 6. Haven't seen Adrian around much this year, but good to see her up there. Still got the moves, and here she is in this final. A lot at stake at the moment. These wool handlers, you know, it all comes down to the work that they've done in the wool sheds. And like I was saying earlier, you can't just get up on the stage and be a whore at work and expect to do well in the shows. It just doesn't happen, because what you do in the sheds, it just becomes first nature as to what you'll do up on the stage. So here we go. These young wool handlers working away with their shearers, shearing along nicely, guys. Keep it going. Let's put a bit of heat on these senior wool handlers. A lot of these senior wool handlers will be just starting to be lead wool handlers. They'll probably be starting to mentor a few of the younger ones coming through. And so, these wool handlers have got a fair bit of knowledge that's been passed down to them by the open wool handlers. But here we go, John. The shearer's about to turn to the last side. They're putting some good pressure on these wool handlers.
Well, it's all about adding pressure into the final, and that's what we like. Top qualifier into the final was Angela. So she took her partner's place there because Ricky was top qualifier out of the heats. But can you maintain that form through this round? And this is the final. This is where it counts. Pretty athletic as Ash Boyce here. He's as warmed up as toast. And he sweeps the board clean. Just checking the wool. Running it across the expert eyes. He goes back to the fleece now. Well, the shearer takes the belly off. Likewise, we have Sharon there as well. Keeping it nice and cool. Only moving at half the rate of speed as some of the other competitors. Angela, very nimble with the fingers. Comes back across to the undermined wool now and getting ready because the shearer has taken 2-3 good swipes up there. And she says, I've got that good line of back wool and I've also got that short rubbly stuff that the crutches left behind. Down there is Ricky Stevens, hot on the job. As I say, he's always got the knowledge that he was good enough last year to win the junior event. Can he take the senior away the following? But there's 4 other competitors going to try and deny him that spot. And Adrian Samuel says, I'm one of them. And round the side she reaches for that long blow wool. Off comes the cheek wool. She's got it fair into the compartment it's supposed to be. Rolls up that fleece now. The drip line is showing a little bit of colour. She says, I want that. Not worried about the shed stain because the farmer says it was my fault. Here goes the wool handlers now. Stands 5 and 6 complete the task. What have we got? Sheet number 4 coming onto the board. The wool's starting to mount up. We've got 5 in this one. So they're really keeping the pressure on each other now. They're starting to wind into it. Ash Boyce, he says, I've got that belly wool and brisket wool separated out. Sharon says, I'm just cool, calm and collected along with Angela. Come on, you've got to put a bit of pressure on you, Shearers. Keep the hammer down. These are senior class competitors now. We want the shake, rattle and roll here in the senior final of the 2018 here at the New Zealand Shearing and Wool Handling Championships. Sponsored by Carfield Primary. Deep into the wool industry, that firm. Into the long blow, the shearers go now. The pressure, what's the one in the pen, I think. One tucked up against the rail. This is going to keep an epic thing. 1.5 minutes to go, and we're going to see a big shake, rattle and roll here, Tuma.
Yes, you're dead right, Johnny. This shake, rattle and roll. That's what we like to see. Once these shearers pull the cord, when the last fleece is out, these wool handlers have 30 seconds to clean up. We've only had 4 fleeces down previously, so 5 is going to be a whole new level. A lot of these wool handlers have been struggling for room as it is, so 5 is really going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Here we go, Shearer's coming out. Oh, Ash Boyce looks like he was nearly going to get caught with a bit of wool there. And back to the stack he'll run and he'll just have a look, make sure he's got everything where it should be. Sharon, she's giving it a little bit of a blend up, just hoping to bring the faults to the top and see where everything's at. Into the undermine work, the shearers and wool handlers, and they're starting to feel the pressure. You can see Ash Boyce, he's starting to get a little bit red. The sweat will be starting to pour off his forehead. Sharon working away with her shearer nicely, catching that cheek wool all from around the back of the head, making sure it doesn't touch the main fleece wool. Into that basket it goes. She's looking around, having a little bit of a thought up. Looks like we've got one more sheep in the pen at the moment. There's these wool handlers. They'll be thinking to themselves, these sheep are never ending right now, Johnny.
Well, it's big and strong, and just a couple of flicks of the feet can put the pressure on the shearer, and that puts pressure on the fleece that's coming off because it starts to spread, and the clock's about to go on here up on the front stand. The shearer's in the road. Ash Boyce says, you get out of my road, son. I want all the ground here now as he's sweeping the board. Sharon's got to sweep up as well. Still a couple of blows to be on the far 2 sheep. That put the pressure on those competitors. Here goes Angie on the shake now. She's happy, she's smiling. I've got the wool on Ricky, she says. Well, it'll all be down to the judges. Here comes Ricky now, the big blend. Likewise as Adrian down on stand number 6. But it's up here in the front stand where the pressure's on the 30-second margin. And they get under it, I don't think so. Maybe 28 or 32. There goes Ash, boy. Up there is Shearing as well. And next in line, I predict, might be Angela Stevens, although Ricky's throwing away a quick one in, and Adrian Samuels is going to get in slightly ahead of Ricky to complete the task. Well, that's the individual stuff over, and ladies and gentlemen, now they're going to shake hands and say, well, how'd you go, bro? And you're going to say as a reply, I've got the 500 in me pocket. Wow. I might have 500s on, but yeah, I ain't going to get the 500, and that's for sure. So we'll find out shortly. But we're next on the card is going to be the Open Water Handling Semi-Final. And then at the conclusion of those two heats of that, there will be the prize giving for the Junior and Senior Wool Handling Finals, an announcement of 6th to 10th in the Open Water Handling. And of course, the Open Water Handling finalists will also be known at that stage.
Hey, John, I'm just going to have a word to Ash. Ash, how did it all go up there?
Oh, felt not too bad, but we'll see how it goes out the back.
Did you would have gone up with a plan, like there would have been something in your mind, you would have had it all mapped out. Tell us about your plan when you get up there.
Well, I've always got my set plan, my set setup, but from the heats and the semis, there's always something I try and work on, and just working on my quality today, so hopefully that can pull me through.
How was your shearer? Those shearers are good shearers, aren't they?
Oh, they're awesome shearers. They make a good shearer, makes all the difference for us wool handling. So thanks to the boys, good job, keep it up.
All right, Ash, well, congratulations, and hope you go well. All the best, mate.
I think Ash Boyce's cunning plan was to make everybody wait for him and come running in from outside the building and be super warm and then just slay him.
He does like to make an entrance.
Chelsea Collier, Jamie McLean, Marianne Beatty, Logan Kumara and Cherie Alabaster are our next contestants in this Open Wool Handling Semi-Final sponsored by CP Wools.
Okay, we'd like our shearers to just give it a little bit more if they can.
Okay, good to go, are we? Everybody happy? Just need some grey shirts up there. Oh, they're probably going to tell me it's some different colour. Looking very sharp. Our judges will get them flustered by the end of the day. We're going to make a good one this time. We'll put the pressure on. Everybody's happy. Timekeeper's right. Judges. Competitors, go. We're off and moving in this one. Stand number 6. No real need to introduce her, but just a courtesy to do. Cherie Alabaster, 7 times champion here at Kuiti. We have a younger Logan Kumar down there, Kumara. Kambura. We've got to get that right. Just going along the board, he's a young man from down the Martin area. Been around for a little while now, and starting to reap the reward of his efforts. Marianne Beatty here on the middle of the stand. Tall, lean, keen. That's about all you need to say about Marianne, because she's in the New Zealand team. And you don't get there by any short chance. She's done the hard yards. Jamie McLean here on the second stand, stand number 3. Hard, it looked good, wide stance to the legs there, firm grip on New Zealand, says I can start to rock and roll and go with the flow from here, I'm not going to tip over. Big armful of wool comes off and down to the floor, up here in the front stand, Chelsea Collier. Quick glance over the fleece that she's already skirted. flicks it over. Yeah, I told you, a little bit of, just easy to flick that fleece over to me and pick up that bit of front wool, wouldn't it?
Yes, you did right, John. You flip the fleece over and the dirty wool kind of comes up at you. It hits you in the face. So that's why you'll see a lot of these wool handlers, they will turn around and flick that fleece over. Just, gives them a bit better insight. And then you'll see others, they'll come in and they'll slowly roll the fleece towards us a little bit from the stage, and that also does the same job. I suppose it really depends on how fast your shearer's going. Some of these shearers, they get in now the pens fairly quickly, so it doesn't give you a lot of time. But these wool handlers, they look very, very comfortable up here at the moment. The wool handlers have been allowed to disregard pen stain, so that's one thing that they do not have to worry about. There is a little bit on these seats, and a lot of that is just from these the wool growers or the farmers trying to keep these sheep dry for the sow. It's been a little wee bit off weather up here, little few showers and stuff going over. But here we go. We've got Jamie McLean. She's from Tie Happy on stand number 3. She just throws that fleece back, makes sure that board is super clean. These judges that are up on the board, they judge everything. Even while the shearer is shearing, they're looking behind the shearer to make sure that there's no contamination or, little bits of wool that could contaminate the main fleece. So these wool handlers, they're getting watched every little step of the way. And a lot of these judges, they have been past competitors. And so, they know where all the places are that people try and hide stuff away. So, you can't get away with that at all with these judges. So up the neck with these shearers, we've got Logan Carmida down there on stand number 5. Top knot wool goes into its basket, the sock wool goes into its basket. As the shearer works his way around the head, he's catching that medullated fibre, putting it in with the top knot wool. And then the shearer starts dropping into the long blow. He grabs the front leg, shears that front leg off, and there's a lot of discoloured wool around there that's got to come off. So, these wool handlers are constantly moving. The shearer just gets up there and he puts the seat between his legs and just waves his arms around, and the job's done. Whereas these wool handlers, they've got to use their fingertips just to pull every little bit of dirty wool out. Your poor wool handlers, they've got a lot to do, haven't they, John?
Well, they certainly can't go to sleep on the job because the shearer keeps plucking it off, and that's for sure. And they're all shearing along pretty well together at the moment. Cherie Alabaster, just a gentle look through that fluff. Did I miss something? She just wasn't sure in her mind when she swept it off the board. Logan Kumara there, he's looking at him, he's right on it. Round the back of the sheep he goes. Brisket comes off. Oh, I thought there was too much in the belly wool there, but he sorted it. I'm only looking from a distance. The judge will be watching. As these sheep wriggle as they start to come up, shearer goes up over the tail, off to the top knot now. Is the gear starting to drag a little bit in these sheep? No, that'll make the sheep kick, but that's nothing to do with the wool handler. As they drop down into that off shoulder now, into the long blow, quite difficult for the wool handler at this point. Got to just sit and wait a little bit, and then reach around as the shearer starts to lift the sheep up for the last side, the money side of the sheep. You've got to extend your body round to the back of the sheep and just get that front lock wool to come off. And now we're on to the back sock wool and a little bit of frib under that back leg as the shearer now rocks it, sheep down the pole. We're starting to get a bigger pile of wool. Into the pen they go. What is this? Sheep number 4 onto the board now. No pressure, but you've got to stay right on top of the wool. And don't let it build up, and keep every surface clean and tidy. And that's the safety aspect as well. We don't want you tripping over up there. Logan, round the back, he's got that belly wool shepherd. That looks a better slot from him. He says, I think that might be my last sheep. I'm going to start stacking my buckets up. Likewise, the Cherie, she's counting as well. So they're starting to put those belly buckets away. So that just leaves a little bit of lock wool and eye clip around the top there. The short wool from around the buttock area is gone. So now the shearers start to turn for the money side of the sheep. Turning on to the last side. Remember, there was 5 sheep to compete over. And down across, what are they doing? Logan's, he's at the top of the shoulder. He's just got that long blow bull around in front of him now. He's a little bit back off the pace. Cherie's right on the money. Likewise as Marianne. Chelsea up here in the front stand looks to be slightly, neck and neck with Cherie at the moment. Marianne's having a wind up there on the clearing the board. Logan's clearing the board. Jamie's starting to get into it as well. Into the blend goes the far end. Here comes Cherie doing extremely well. Marianne Beatty right there. Jamie, Chelsea, nothing in it. Who's going to get the stick? Nothing in it at the moment. I'd say Cherie could be doing it surely. There we go. The previous champion of 7 times. Up here in the front, Chelsea did a smart job. Like that one at all, but to take nothing away from Marianne and Logan along with Jamie McLean. They are the semi-finalists here in the first heat. So just as we wait for the clean-up, we've got the heat number 2, Karen, Joel, Brittany, Pagan, and the Big E. Following the completion of the second semi-final, there will be a prize giving for both the junior and senior wool handling finals. Okay, looks like we're ready to rock in our second heat of the semi-final. Everybody happy? Looks like we are. Timekeeper's right. Judges, competitors, go. We're off and moving in the final of the final event of the afternoon. And some top-class competitors in this one, Tuma, isn't there, with right from stand number 2 down the line.
Here you did right, Johnny. We've got Kieran Herbert. She top qualified out of the heats. She qualified 6th and through to into the quarters, so she'll be wanting to really make an impact and make it through into the top 5. This is the semi-finals later in June, so that's what this is all about. It's about making that top 5 to make it through to the final. So Kieran Herbert, she's a local girl. She's been around here for a little while. New Zealand representative. She's been a trainer She does it all really, Kieran. She's a heck of a competitor and a heck of a nice person. Just don't get on the wrong side of her. She can get a bit nasty. And then we've got Joel Henare. He's on stand number 3, current world champion in mastering. He won his 100th open title. And really, this guy is just, he's really lifted the sport again, really lifted the game. So if you want to beat Joel Henare, you're going to have to bring everything that you got, because he has got the full arsenal as Joel Henare. Then we've got Brittany Tibble. I think Brittany won the seniors here last year. Yep, she did. So Brittany's fresh up into the open class. She looks like she's right at home up there with these open competitors. She doesn't look like she's too flustered. And that's the way a lot of these young competitors are nowadays. They do respect the other competitors, but they're not in awe of them. They watch them and think, I can do that, and that's how they are. There's no fear there. So good on Brittany for getting up there and making it through. Let's hope she can make it through to the final. And then we've got Tegan Kuiti on stand number 5. She top qualified into the semi-final. And that's another thing I was talking about a bit earlier on, about the confidence thing. She won the Easter show just last weekend, so she'll be coming into this show feeling good, feeling that I got this. And down there on stand number 6 from Dannevirke, we have Ira Mihaniho. He's another competitor. He sneaks around the countryside. He's in the South Island, up in the north. You never know where he's going to pop up. But he's a very, very good competitor, and he'll be hoping to make it through the top 5. He qualified in 5th into this semi-final, so all he needs to do is repeat that performance again. But here we go. Shearer's working into the undermine. There's a lot of different lines of wool around there. You have a bit of short crutch wool, bit of sock wool. You got your main line from when the shearer goes up the bat, the undermine, and then you could have a few, a bit of fertilizer from around the backside end of the sheep. So there's about 3 or 4 different lines around there. The judges judge really hard around the undermine, because it's a place where there can be a lot of contamination because of all the different wool types that are down there. And the shearer, they're turning to the last side, dropping down into the flank, punching it down into the flank, putting some good pressure on these wool handlers. We've got Brittany Tibble, she's fingers working away. She's right there next to these master wool handlers, Johnny.
Well, no pressure, but all the pressure, because if you don't keep the pressure on yourself, you're not going to make that final. You can't leave anything in the toolbox here this afternoon, because there's a top line of competitors pushing their own barrow. They're not worried about you across the board. You across the black line are the enemy just at the moment. The judge is more friendly than your fellow competitor, because you can't get toey with the judges, because they could just give you a bit of stick with the old push button. So let's see, they're not like that at all. They're lovely people, and here we are. We've got sheep number 3 on the board, is it? Round the back of the head, the shearers come now, the wool handlers have right Johnny on the spot. Maybe I'd have to say Joel Henare's looking pretty sharp, but take nothing away from Pagan down there. She's keeping a nice clean board. Likewise is Brittany up there, and here on the front, Kieran Herbert. I daren't cut her out because she was top qualified early in the afternoon. But this is another competition, or a different part of the competition now, as we work away on these big, strong second shear sheep as the shearers come out that last leg under the hock, and there'll be a little bit of sock wool, quite dirty, you noticed, around the sock area, so it stands out like hell. And if you get that in your main line, you are up the creek, mate. So here they go, belly off coming again. Still one in the pen is here. This is over a 5 sheep and they're doing it marvellous. This open wool handling competition's been going since 1988. And the first winner was the way to Piri way back. Gee, crikey. She's changed her name since then as we come up the top down and around the back of the head. The shearers, wool handlers are right there. The big E, he's got hold of it. Look, he said, reach right out there across into the main line goes that bit of neck wool. Don't want that in the second cut stuff. The big line on the floor has got to be as huge as possible without any of the riffraff in it. Over the top. Shearers blasting away down that last side. Couple of quick shots here on the front stand. As the shearers are coming under the shoulder and down and out to the flank. Oh, the sheep's a bit wriggly. But the shearer doing a marvellous job. Back to the wool handlers now. Joel's got things under control as his shearer starts to step in out of the way. Down there onto the 3, 4 and 5 likely as well. Stand number 6. Into the blend comes Joel down. Into the blend goes Pagan. A little bit back to Kieran. She said right on the money though. Just had to wait for that last little bit of wool to come off the rump. Into the blend now she goes. Big, powerful. Pump the wool. Pump it air into it. Making it look nice and bright and white. Joel's going around with a broom and puts the finger up. Oh, very close. A little bit of identifying for the judges. Who's it going to be next in line? Pagan there's finished the job along with Kieran and Brittany. Down the far Big E, he tops it away, the last to come off. Well, that's the end of our semi-finals, Tuma. What we have now is a bit of prize giving for the junior and senior competitors that have finished here today. And, of course, the announcement of those open wool handling finalists. So all those junior and senior wool handlers, make sure you're not at the back of the hall. We would like you up the front of the hall here to be in line for the presentation of prizes as soon as we get this wool out of the way. Good to see all our children once again. I know you've bunked half an hour off school here this afternoon, but the future of our industry lies within you young people. Please hope you support us. So our wool handling judges are going to take a wee break from now on. There'll be a speed shear tonight at the Waitomo Club, which is just across the river. And that starts at 7:30. If you have not reported by your 7:15 shearers, you will not shear. So you like to wave at yourselves on TV, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening down the back room there is they're sorting through all the sheep's wool to give us the final judgings. We have the senior final and the junior final prize presentation coming up for you very, very shortly.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're just waiting for our senior wool handling finalists to get themselves tidied up. Here's all the kids on the big screen. Wave out, kids. Hey. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. Once again, if you've got family and friends across the world and they would like to see how you guys go, it's www.nzshares.co.nz. But we're coming to the first of our prize giving, and the sponsor for this was New Zealand Shearing Championships. And we're going to have a few words from Claire Granger. She is our president. So give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd just like to thank everyone for coming along today, and well done to all the wool handlers, and those who were successful and those who weren't so successful this time. But good on you giving it a go, and there's always next year. But yeah, thank you all for your support. And for the guys out the back, everybody that helps us, all the volunteers, the sheep suppliers, thank you very much. Those guys cheering for the wool handlers all day, thank you. And good luck to everyone.
Thank you very much, Claire. Okay, first place will receive $250, sash and flowers sponsored by the Flower Fairy. And in first place, we have Ngaira Fuha. Okay, Ngaira, you know the drill. You need to say a few words. Just tell us how you're feeling right now, and this is the double, isn't it?
Yes. No, it feels right. I'd just like to thank the sponsors of the event, everyone who organised the show, the other competitors, and my family for watching my baby.
Awesome. In second place, to receive $150 in small flowers and sash, Samantha Baxter. In third place, receive $100, small flowers and a sash, Summer Pritchard. In fourth place, get a small flowers and a sash, Neki Maraki. And in fifth place with $50, small flowers and sash, Lucky Garrett. And the best local junior wool handler to receive $100 and A&D McDonald Trophy goes to Sav Tiatuku. Sav Taituku, are you here? Kaupai. Savi Taituku, beautiful name. Your junior champions, ladies and gentlemen. And for the junior wool handling semi-finalists from 6th to 10th, we have Sam Taituko, Lee George, Raj Kerr, Bridget, and Chantal Muki. So if those wool handlers are here, they can come and pick up their... to get it from the office in the foyer. Okay, so it's Sav, Lee, Raj, Bridget, and Chantal. You guys have got $35 at the office. Okay, we'd like to ask Daryl Crow to come up, please. He is a CT Wolves representative. He's a little wee bit shy, so I think we might be lucky to get a few words out of him, but it's great to have CT Wolves as a sponsor of this event. They've sponsored 2 events in this, so thank you very much, Daryl, and we'll carry on. Okay, in first place to receive $500, sash and flowers sponsored by the Flower Fairy. I don't know how popular this is going to be, but Ricky Stevens. Well, Ricky, you won the juniors last year, seniors this year. Tell us where your sights are.
I'm not too sure at the moment. Well, if I go up, and well, I'll just have to do my best, I suppose. But no, thank you to Darryl and CP Wolves for sponsoring this event. It was an awesome event to be here, and thanks to all the other competitors, to my wife, Angela, and to everyone for putting on the show. Oh, and also the sharers. Cheers.
Well done, Ricky. In second place, $300, Flowers and Sash, Ash Boyce. In third place, $200, Flowers and Sash, Angela Stevens. In fourth place, $100, Flowers and Sash, Sharon Tuhakaraina. Sponsored by Adidas. And in fifth place, $75, Flowers and Sash, Adrian Samuels. Your senior champions, ladies and gentlemen, and wool handling semi-finalists for the seniors, each to receive $45 from Carfield Primary Wools. From 6th to 10th, Lasara Anderson, Azuri Paku, Wools Marshall, Rangi Roycroft, and Jody Hogg. Your guys' money will be at the office in the foyer. Okay, we have the open finalists. We're going to start from 10th. These are the semi-finalists. They will be picking up their money from out in the office. We have Chelsea Collier, Jamie McLean, Marianne Beatty, Edamiha Niho, Brittany Tibble. The finalists will be Cherie Alabaster, Joel Hinari, Pagan Karodia, Kieran Herbert, and top qualifier Logan Kamuda. Well done, you wool handlers. Okay, and the finals for the CT Wools Open Wool Handling Final will be on Saturday evening. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. There is a quick share happening over at the RSA just across the road, the Waitomo Club. I think that starts at 7:30, so we hope to see you there. Thank you very much.
The Manga Tanuka River provides fresh water for the Tui Brewery and a refreshing dip for the workers. Gorgeous workers.
Quack.
Hey, mate,
Sam,
you're having some trouble sleeping.
you could say that.
Well, listen up. I've got a few tips for you. For starters, don't drink coffee after midday. Avoid devices and TV screens right before bed. And just like me with my rugby, you need at least 1 day off a week to clear your head. But the tip that works best for me is reading in bed. It allows me to leave the day behind. Whatever you do, it's important to have a plan and lock it in. For more tips, check out farmstrong.co.nz. But not now. Wait till the morning, eh?
What's the best cover, Dave?
Well, I reckon you need...
I've got 3 down of his 3 up.
Your thoughts, Dave?
Well, the best thing you could do is...
So what's the biggest risk then, Dave?
Well, the main thing is, for advice worth listening to, talk to the insurer who covers more rural New Zealanders than anyone else. FMG. Ask around about us, or better still, give us a call.